Hey everybody, it's Eden. Good morning and welcome to this vlog. I'm popping in here because while I was editing I noticed that I didn't welcome you to this vlog. It was early in the morning and I was a bit, as my sister-in-law says, discombobulated. I also received something so cool in the mail that I was too excited and it skipped my mind, so I'm sorry about that. So welcome, there's a lot that we're going to do today and thank you so much for joining me. I just got this delivered and I'm so excited about it. My goodness. Oh my god, look how she packed this. This is truly too amazing. I want to take a few photos of this because it's just, my goodness. Anyway, I took some photos in my room because the lighting is better, so oh my god, wow. And I don't want to open this because she wrapped it so nicely. These are basically the illustrations for my book. If you follow me for a while, you'll know that I wrote a children's book and now it's done, it's completed, everything is finished. I worked with an amazing illustrator. Her name is Andrea Carba and she did such an incredible job on this book. So everything is ready. I'm waiting for publishers to reply back to me. So basically I submitted the book and also the illustrations for a bunch of publishers. I'm now waiting for their response, and I also want to submit this to more publishers, but the submissions process is not like a straightforward process. It's actually, it takes a lot of time and a lot of considerations and a lot of reading that you need to do about the agent that you're submitting it to or the publisher that you submitted it to see that, you know, it fits and all of that. And then it takes about 3 to 6 months for them to respond, if at all. Some of them say that the volume is too high, so they might not be able to respond. I want to submit to more publishers because obviously the more you submit, it increases your chances to find a publisher. And you also want to take it slow because when you submit something like this, you want it to be perfect. You want your application to be perfect. You want the cover letter to be perfect. So yeah, so I'm trying to submit to 2 publishers every week. I have to open it and I'll show you some bits of it. I'm so excited about it. So this is basically the cover of the book. Here is where she wrote the title and this is the back of the book. Oh my god. And this is kind of the first page of the book. So here you have the text. Look how pretty it is. Wow, Andrea. It's even more beautiful in real life. I can't wait to have the book printed out. Another thing that I got in the mail today is The Crucible by Arthur Miller, a very, very famous play. I have a few students that study this in school right now. That actually brings me to what today's video is all about. So basically, I'm not teaching today. So in case you don't know, in Israel, I worked as a full-time teacher, and here in Ireland at the moment, I'm not teaching. So twice a week I teach immigrants, people that come here and they're really struggling with their English, and I have a few students that I teach them privately online. Because they're in high school, they study literature, and it takes a lot of time to prepare their lessons. I love preparing and lesson planning, and I obviously love literature and I love teaching literature, and it's so much fun. However, it does take a lot of time for me to prepare. Because I love this so much, I want the students to enjoy it as much as possible. So I make sure that the presentations and the material is presented in a really nice and an engaging way, with lots of games and visuals and things like that. Especially that because I'm teaching them online, then I want to make it even more stimulating. And so right now they're studying The Crucible by Arthur Miller, which is a classic, and you probably know a lot about it, but in case you are not familiar with it, it's an amazing play. So he talks about the witch trials in Salem that happened in the 1600s, but so he was born in 1915 and died in 2005. Basically, he is an author from the 20th century, and he wrote about something that happened way before his time. So the question that immediately comes to mind is why? What happened? Why did he choose to write about these events that happened in the 1600s? So basically, it's because what happened in the witch trials in Salem was that it started from a rumor. So if I remember correctly, a girl accused someone else of witchcraft, and then everyone were so panicked and there was a lot of, hysteria. But basically there was no evidence of anything and people were wrongly accused. I think eventually there were about 20 people that were accused of witchcraft, 19 or 20, I'm not sure. I'll find out and I'll add it on the screen. But basically there were about 20 people that were accused of witchcraft and they were executed. So the reason Arthur was writing about these events is because during his time in the States, they were afraid of communism, and there's a lot of panic and hysteria that the US will be communist. There was a judge, and I don't remember his first name, but his surname is McCarthy. I know that because now we use the term McCarthyism to say that someone is being accused without much evidence. So basically this judge accused people without a lot of evidence that they're communist, and it affected everyone, politicians, Hollywood celebrities, and even Arthur Miller himself was accused of being a communist. So basically what happened is that, okay, I have to show you. That's why it's getting crazy. חברים שלך, נכון אוליבר? אתה אוהב שהם באים? כן אוליבר? So that's why he wrote this play, and that's why he wrote about the witch trials in Salem, because he wanted to show what panic and hysteria and false accusations and the length people can go when they're scared. What I started saying earlier is that in Israel I worked as a teacher. Here I'm not teaching full-time. I'm only teaching a few students online, and I'm doing this voluntary thing twice a week. So because I need to read a lot of literature and preparing the lesson takes me a lot of time, so when I'm not teaching I feel like I have a day off. So today it's Monday, I'm not teaching today, and in these days off what I do is everything else that is not related to teaching. So basically I'm writing, I'm editing, I'm filming, and here you are on my tripod. I'm studying as well. So basically I'm doing all other things that I'm working on. Currently, whoa, So it's currently 8:30. I want to make myself some coffee. It's something that I'm really waiting for because I'm drinking decaf until about 2 hours after I wake up. So now it's about 2.5 hours. So I'll have my coffee right now and then I'll go for a short run. I'll take a shower and I'll start my day. I want to do some editing today. I want to do some studying today. So yeah, lots of plans. So I'm going to take you with me and I hope you'll enjoy watching. We also bought a new Nespresso machine, which is so cool. It's automatic kind of, and the capsules are enormous. So for me, because I drink Americano, it's perfect. Do you see the aroma of this coffee? It's amazing, and the smell is amazing as well. There's a scene here that reminds me of the scene in Mean Girls where they walked into the cafeteria and they saw like the groups of students and they had a stereotype for each group. So here too they walked into a theater, a class of some sort, and they saw like the dancers, the language students and all of that, and then they saw the philosophy students. I did my master's in philosophy and I love philosophy and that's how the philosophy students were described. And the philosophy students, who were by far the weirdest but also the most amusing, prone to treating every conversation as a social experiment and tossing off words like hylozoicism and composability as if they were as easily comprehensible as good morning. I don't know, I find it funny. Hylozoicism, by the way, is the idea that every matter has life. Let's continue. Coffee is done. I read a few pages. Now it's time to go for a run. I have a treadmill at home that we bought during COVID. I don't like running outside because I get too distracted by people or the views around me. I prefer to run inside. So we bought this treadmill. I love it. I love having it here. It makes my life easier. It's not as expensive as I assumed. I thought that to have any gym equipment in the house is a luxury that only, you know, rich people can have, but it's not true. And you can also find lots of secondhand treadmills as well. We bought this from a store because we also needed someone to deliver it to us, but it wasn't very expensive. I think it cost around 300 to 400 euros. And it was a good investment for us because during COVID we obviously couldn't leave the house and we wanted to still have some steps in, and also wanted to run because I love doing that, and all the gyms were closed. So I'm going to use the treadmill now. I'll do a quick warm-up before. By the way, these are the headphones that I'm using when I'm working out. They're so good. They don't fall off and the sound is incredible. I'll link it down below. Comes in this lovely case. Also charges these headphones. Finished running. I took a long shower. It's almost 10:30 right now. I've been procrastinating a lot because as I was doing my skincare, I listened to a podcast and I really wanted to continue listening. So I decided to do a winged eyeliner and things like that. So yeah, I lost a lot of time on that, but you know what, it is some kind of a day off for me. It's fine, no judgment. I'm trying to practice a little bit more compassion towards myself and less judgment, so it's fine. I'm going to quickly blow dry my hair and start editing. getting ready is done. I found that if I want to be productive, to get fully dressed, even if I'm not going to leave the house, but it makes me feel like in a professional mode in a way. So that's why there's a whole outfit and no PJs. Anyway, so I'm going to make myself another coffee, bring my water bottle and start editing because it's pretty late and I want to do at least 2 hours of editing today. So I decided to have some tea instead. So my tea is ready. My water bottle is here. I have a candle as always. I'll put my blue light glasses on. 2 hours on the clock. Let's go. By the way, I'm so sorry about the noise from the outside. Unfortunately, I can't close the window because it's warm. Yeah, let's do this. For about 2 hours, but now I'm starving, so I'm going to make myself some lunch because I'm cooking for myself today. I'm going to do something simple and it's pasta. Obviously I will never say no to pasta, so I'm going to make pasta with Alfredo sauce, but I'm going to make a healthier version of it. So basically what you need for it is obviously pasta, some silken tofu, it looks like this, some kind of milk. I chose almond milk with no additional sugars. I also have nutritional yeast. You don't have to if you don't have that. It adds a little bit of that Parmesan taste. I'm going to use coconut oil. Obviously you don't have to, it can be any kind of oil that you want. I have some basil and mushrooms. I'm going to use these mushrooms as well, so a combination of both, and I'm also going to have some garlic and chili peppers as well. Finished eating, it was delicious. I cleaned the kitchen a little bit because I did quite a lot of mess. So right now it's 2:25. It's pretty late in the day for me. I feel like I accomplished way less than I usually do by this time, but it makes sense because when you film the things that you usually do, it just takes more time, especially for someone that is a total beginner like me. So that's fine, but I do feel a little bit tired right now, and there are a few more things that I want to do before the day is over. I'll make myself a cup of coffee and perhaps take a quick shower just to freshen up a little bit after all the cooking and cleaning. Yeah, let's do that. I feel like it's going to help. That is it, you guys. I feel like a new person. I just took like a 3-minute shower. I didn't wash my hair because I washed it this morning. I just put on some comfy sweats sweatpants and hoodie on, and yeah, I feel so refreshed. I'm actually super excited because when I checked what my plan was today, at this time I planned to play some music and to practice a little bit on my piano. Well, it's not a piano, it's keyboard. So to practice a little bit because it's right now closer to 3. Ugh. It's now here. Do you know when you really need the hour? Okay, it's working. So it's 20 minutes before 3 right now. So I'm going to play for about 20 minutes, something like that, until around 3. Unless I'll have a burst of inspiration, then obviously I'll continue. But if not, and it's just like practicing and having fun with what I already know, then I'll stop after about 20 minutes because I do have other things that I need to do. But I want to do that so much because this is for me, this is something that I love doing, and I'm waiting for this time. And also I did other stuff today that I said this will be kind of my reward in a way. And also James works from the office today, so he'll come back home at around 4 or 5, so I do want to do that now and not later on today, because I feel more comfortable when there's no one in the house, when no one can hear me. So basically I want to take advantage of the time that I'm here alone and that I deserve it. So about 20 minutes of playing start now. So I managed to play for now it's 3:15, so it's a little bit more than half an hour, which is awesome. And I also wrote a few lines. I never start playing with the mindset that I'm going to create something. I really want to have this time just to do something else and just to concentrate literally on chords and lyrics and singing and playing and learning and all of that. But sometimes, especially towards the end, write a few lines as well. And I have about millions of of unfinished songs, and it's because, like right now, I wrote some sort of course with, you know, some lyric and some music, and it sounds nice, but I don't feel like I will work on it more than what I worked on today, because it's just for fun. It's not something that is too... Some lyrics that I write, I feel like they do something to me, so I feel like I want to work more on them and develop them a little bit more into a song or something that is more coherent or structured. But most of them is just, you know, scattered sentences that I will probably won't look at them again. So it's there, and I can go and read it if I want to, but it doesn't happen very often. That's part of the fun, really, to create. Something in your soul feels better. I don't know. And it doesn't have to be something good or something coherent. Like I said, it can be just random sentences. So yeah, so it's 3:15 right now. I just turned on the light. I made myself this coffee that I wanted for a while, but after I took a shower, I felt like I don't need it. But now I feel like I need it again. What I want to do now is to study a little bit. Can you see it? Not so much, maybe here. I love when I'm doing the time lapse that you can see the time. I don't know, it's fun for me. And I always use a clock anyways. That's what I'm learning today, some critical reading. When I say studying, I'm referring to a hack that I adopted after reading the book Indestructible by Nir Eyal. Basically, I work a lot on the computer and often I come across something that I want to read or look into. However, I noticed that I spend a lot of time reading random things and didn't get to the tasks I actually needed to do. Now I set a specific time in my calendar dedicated to studying all the random topics I want to learn and that interest me. Now, having this scheduled time in my calendar makes me less anxious about reading that article right away because I know that I have dedicated time for it. When this time comes, I'm super excited about it and look forward to diving into those topics. Eyal also recommended a Chrome extension called Pocket, which I use all the time and I think it's brilliant. There is also an app for it, but I mainly need it for my computer. Basically, whenever you see something that you want to look at later, you save it to Pocket and add tags to make everything more organized. Then when I want to study, I know exactly what I'm going to do, and this approach helps me stay focused and be more productive. So James went out with a friend, which means you'll see me doing other stuff than just chilling with James in the evening. One of those things is my evening skincare routine. I'm not going to lie, usually the only thing I do is clean my face, but when it comes to showing some love to my skin, I get pretty lazy and I want to be better at this. Today I had time, I was filming, and I thought, why not show you what I do when I don't feel lazy. So first of all, I'm going to remove my makeup with Garnier Micellar water, and then I'm going to wash my face with a face wash. Honestly, I change face wash once this bottle is over, I'll probably change to another company because I don't know, I have some itchy feet, I guess. I always like changing. So I removed my makeup and I washed my face, and now I'm going to give it some love. So basically what I'm using, I'm taking a pure vitamin E, and it's very thick and it's hard to work with. So you need another oil to forgot the word I wanted to use, but basically you need another oil to mix with it so it will be easier to work with. So what I'm using is this, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think you pronounce it as jojoba oil, jojoba oil,
jojoba, jojoba.
I don't know, I pronounce it obviously differently in Hebrew, but anyway, this is the oil. Maybe that's the word I wanted to use. It's a carrier oil, that's what it says here, so maybe that's the word I was looking for. So basically what I do, I open both oils because otherwise it's really hard to work with, and I'm taking the vitamin E, and it takes a while because it's very thick. So just like 2 drops, let's say, of vitamin E, and then you just need like 3-4 drops of the carrier oil, and you start mixing it together. The more you mix it, the better. I'm not an expert by any means. I have no idea actually what I'm doing and where did I get this idea from to put some oils on my face. I found that when you mix it up, the oil is very warm, and because it's very warm, it's easier to apply on your face, and it's easier to not to make your face super oily. So yeah, mix it away. Then when you feel like you're ready, after like a minute or so, you just start to press all over your face. That's what I do anyway, and on your neck as well. And now the fun begins, and you need to really show some love to your face and just start to massage everything, like the oil, to your skin. I have a sort of an oily skin, so I was super scared that I'm going to get too oily and things like that, but that's not what happens. I don't know what the oil does, that it doesn't make my face oily, it just moisturizes my face. There are so many techniques to massage your face. You can look it up because I have no idea what the techniques are. It's a pretty simple routine, but I can actually see a difference the following day when I do take the time to do it. Maybe on camera I look a little bit more shiny, but it doesn't look oily at all. And it's actually very, very soft to touch. That's why I want to do it now, so my face will have time to absorb everything and it won't be on my pillow. I lit some candles, I have some grapes here to snack, and I am going to start reading The Crucible by Arthur Miller. I spoke about it this morning. I am teaching tomorrow, and tomorrow we are going to start the play, so I want to read ahead and maybe finish at least Act 1. Okay, so I read about 20 pages from Act 1. Really amazing, actually. It's super interesting and engaging and a page turner. I would have continued reading, but I also know that I need to shut my mind even when I don't feel like it, because so usually what happens to me is that I get hyper focused on the things that really interest me, so I can read the whole play and sit for hours right now, but then after that I'll be drained. I won't have any energy. Tomorrow I'll feel like I didn't have any proper kind of like time to, you know, to chill. It's currently 7 p.m. so I feel like that's enough for today. I'm watching Married at First Sight, the Australia one. I love Married at First Sight specifically. Not all the dating reality shows I love, but Married at First Sight I really like, especially the one that is in Israel, because there's a lot of value to marriage in Israel, and also the focus is on the psychological aspect of it, and they show a lot of sessions with the therapists and the meetings that they have with them, and that's the focus of the show. Married at First Sight Australia, it's more yellowy and it's more for rating purposes, and they treat this show as an experiment. So the therapist or psychologists, they call themselves the experts. So the experts, they don't have any sessions with the participants. They don't help them. They do have like once a week, I think, or once in a few days, they have like a meeting where the experts call them out if they lie or do things like that. But it's not like in Israel where they do have sessions like all the time, and that's what you see on the show. So here it's more, I don't know, people trying to be super extreme. So it's different, but in any case, I love watching this because I love watching, you know, the reactions and really observe everything that's going on. And whenever I speak with my friends about it, I tell them I watch this show for research, and they always laugh at me because that's what it feels to me. I like observing everything and, you know, think about what triggered this or that reaction. So it's very interesting to me, but it's also very fun. So I'm going to watch that. I hope they have a new episode. I'm all saying that I'm going to watch it and then they won't have a new episode, but I think they have because I haven't watched it for a long time, so I assume they have a new one on, if not a few new episodes. Anyway, so I'm going to watch one episode. It's going to be about an hour, and then I'm going to bed. I'm going to brush my teeth and have some reading and go to sleep, hopefully. I actually feel tired, so I feel like I'm going to get some good night's sleep tonight, and I'm going to fall asleep quickly. Wishful thinking. Yay, there are a few episodes. So I'm in episode 10. I decided to make myself some popcorn. She is my favorite. I love Lucinda. Oh no.
So now I'm done. I'm actually done filming.
Poor thing.
I'm pissed off.
Oh, it's so hard when... I wonder what he thinks of this when he sees this now. Such a difficult situation. She's so good. I feel sorry for her. Everyone needs a Lucinda in their life, really.
I just went and
Oh my god. Oh my god, I have to show you what happened with Lucinda and Tim. I don't even know what to say. I'll show you.
I climbed in bed and she rolled over and said, I hope you don't mind, I don't have a shirt on.
Did I do something to upset you?
She's so cute.
No, but it's just...
She's such a good person.
It's like, I know that you want affection, I'm just not there.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Maybe come to bed with a shirt on.
Ay, ay, ay.
You know, that was a bit rude, Tim. But I think it's fair game. I mean,
well, she dealt with it quite nicely, I think. Oh no, that was so sad. I feel so weird talking about Married at First Sight with you guys, and I hope it's not boring, but for me it's really interesting to really, as I said earlier, to look at the personalities and how people react to things, how people react when they're pushed, and the connection their behaviors have to their past and some traumas and stuff like that. With Lucinda and Timothy, now we understand that their relationship with his parents was really tough, and it actually, what he said right now actually really broke my heart, so I have to show you, and then I'll just have some chapters so you can skip through.
No.
why not?
I remember I would try and hug Dad and he'd just shove me and just go, you're an idiot, get away.
That's so sad, my goodness. It's currently 20 minutes before 9. I just finished drawing this Zen drawing. James is on his way back home, so I'm going to brush my teeth and I'm going to read until he comes back. So I'm going to end this vlog here. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you had a great day as well, and I'll see you next time. Bye.